Hey YouTube, Mr. Hub 929. This video is long overdue. I've made some changes to my AR-15 and to my kit. In other words, the gun case and everything that travels with the AR-15. So I want to go quick video just to update to show you what I've changed. First of all, I've changed my tactical light. I'm no longer using my Stanley and Mako mount. The Stanley light is great. I'm going to keep it as a backup. The mount, I love the mount so much that I bought another one for my brand new light. This one's kind of stuck. I did too good of a job putting it together because I was planning on, like I said, this was going to be my permanent light. And since then I've decided to upgrade. So I'll get right into the upgrade. I switched sides of the rifle, moved the light from this side to this side. The reason being, I discovered how cumbersome it was to pull the light up and try and activate the light and then move my hand back into position. And it just comes a lot more natural to have the light mounted on this side of the gun. When I pull the rifle up into my hand, it naturally puts my thumb right on the momentary switch on the back of the LED lens or light. So it has a momentary function, or if you push a little harder, it gives you a solid, firm click that leaves the light on, solid. So pull it right up, and just a little bump with my thumb, light comes on, let it go, or push and there'll be a click, and the light stays on. Of course, the light has a couple different functions. You got high, low, and a strobe function. Okay. The beam is also focusable, which I can pull it up, turn the light on, focus the beam for more intensity for longer distances, turn it back off. Again, I went with the Fab Defense, the Mako mount. I believe it's the same company, just under two different names. I'm not sure why, but it's made in Israel. It's a plastic and nylon reinforced mount with a center. The way it's made in the center, there's a clamp. It's a plastic clamp that you can tighten down on the flashlight. And that's how I have it mounted. Of course, it has a push button for quick disconnect. It's right on top, so as you bring the rifle up on target, if you need to lower it and just pull the light off, your thumb is naturally right on top. You're going to push, the light comes off in your hand. The mount really gives it a good purchase in your hand, so you can pull it up and turn the light on, use it for a regular flashlight, and literally that fast, push that spring-loaded button in, slide it up, and the light is back on. So it's very, very easy to put it on. The only real issue I have with it is if you're in a hurry, which I guess it doesn't matter if the light's on the gun, it's on the gun. My rail has several different spots that latch can catch in. Sometimes you overshoot if you get in a hurry, but I can't imagine needing to quickly put my light on my gun, that being a problem. I mean, if I need to put the light on that quickly, wherever it ends up, it ends up. Second thing I changed is the MOE Magpul buttstock for the rifle. Much more comfortable. The rear pad that makes contact with the shoulder for the shoulder purchase is smoother and rubberized. It's much more comfortable in the skin if you're wearing a thinner t-shirt. It grabs the material nicely to give it grip, so it doesn't slide around anywhere. Once you pull it back into your shoulder, even with the stock all the way in like this, when it sets into the pocket, it's there. It's not going to move around a whole lot. I got a deal on this. This is actually a MOE stock for a mil-spec buffer tube, and my rifle actually is a commercial buffer tube. And they'll tell you from Magpul that it won't work, it won't fit. A little modifying, which is very, very easy to do, and it will fit perfectly. Okay? Basically, what I had to do, the tube itself fits. The difference is this center rib for the positions is a little thicker and starts in quicker on the mil-spec than it does on the commercial buffer tube. So basically, the only thing I had to do was pull the buttstock off, wrap it in a rag, put it in my vise, and I took what was basically just an old cane, just an old walking stick, probably right around 3/4 of an inch in diameter, got a long ribbon of, let's see, 80 grit sandpaper and taped to the cane, probably about that long. Put it on the vise where that ridge is inside the buttstock. Ran the cane in nice and easy, set it down, and just started moving and pulling material off. I'd get to a certain point, I'd stop, pull the stock out of the vise, check it to the rifle, go back in, file a little bit more out until it fit. And it's actually a very, very tight fit. There's no wobble, there's no flex whatsoever in it. It's actually much, much sturdier than the factory AR-15 stock. I'm assuming it's probably a tap cup. It was loose and wobbly, shake it, you hear it rattle. All that's gone now. I'm very pleased with it. Additions to my kit, basically a set of mechanics gloves. Riding motorcycle, I've actually used mechanics gloves for a very long time. They're very rugged, very durable, fairly abrasion resistant, very comfortable. Wind passes them easy, so you don't find yourself, overly cumbersome or hot and sweaty with them. Inside, I keep a spare knife. My everyday carry is a Lightning OTF, cheap switchblade. Now, I say cheap, but it's actually a value for what you get. The knife is very well made for the $30-some you pay for it. It's a copy of a Benchmade that goes for about $200, and these sell for $40. They're very strong. On YouTube, if you look up Lightning, there's a video of a guy driving one of these through a piece of 3/4-inch shelving pine with a hammer. And it takes 7 full-on dead hits with a hammer to drive this thing through the board, and in the process it breaks the locking pin in the back. But like I said, that's with a 3 or 4 pound steel hammer hitting the back of it and driving it like a nail into wood. So I don't think I will generate that kind of force, as hard as I can try and plunge this into something hard. I don't think I can generate that much force. So they hold an edge nice. It's good quality, cheap knife. Nothing I would stake my life on. I mean, if I had to, once the blade's out, it's a weapon. But this would not be my go-to number one. This is a tool. If I had no other choice and this is in my hand, yes, it's a weapon. But my primary use for the knife is as a tool. Cutting things, clearing things, situations where one hand might be tied up. Maybe I'm carrying the rifle, okay? I'm carrying the rifle. I would naturally move the knife to the opposite side. Okay? Carrying the rifle, I come up with something. I don't want to put down my rifle. So I can hold the rifle up, pocket, knife, cut, do whatever it is I've got to do. Put it back in my pocket. And I still have the rifle in a somewhat ready position. So a lot of people overlook a switchblade so you can pull it out quick and use it on somebody. Not necessarily. There are a lot of good substantial reasons for wanting a knife that you can open with one hand fairly quickly. So that's my kit. I've changed the light, upgraded the buttstock, added gloves to the kit, and I keep a secondary knife in the kit. That's basically it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or useful for information, hit the subscribe button. I'll put them out as I can, and hopefully I'll be putting information out that other people can use. Even if you decide not to go my route, maybe I'm giving you ideas. Like maybe you don't like my flashlight, but you might love that mount. And to me, that mount is awesome. It's very rugged, very strong. It's easily as strong a quality as what the MOE rail sections are. Holds the light firmly. There's no wiggle, no wobble. It locks up tight. But literally the push of a button with your thumb, it slides off the rail and you can use the flashlight separate from the rifle. So very useful, very utilitarian. So that's it. Enjoy. Thank you very much.